The carnivore diet's wild journey through history. Once dismissed as extreme, controversial, or downright reckless, the carnivore diet has clawed its way from the frozen Arctic tundra to the glowing screens of social media, and it's not going quietly. In an age of endless food choices, complicated nutrition advice, and chronic lifestyle disease, a growing number of people are doing something radically simple: eating only animal foods. No plants, no carbs, no fiber, just meat, eggs, fish, and fat. But while the carnivore diet feels like a modern rebellion against dietary norms, its roots stretch far deeper into human history. Long before hashtags and influencers, humans relied heavily on animal foods to survive. In harsh climates where plant life was scarce or seasonal, meat wasn't a choice, it was life. Arctic indigenous populations, such as the Inuit, traditionally thrived on diets made up almost entirely of fish, seal, whale, and land animals. These communities fascinated early researchers because they showed little evidence of the diseases plaguing Western societies, despite eating diets high in fat and protein. One of the most famous observers was Arctic explorer Vilhjálmur Stephensen. In the early 1900s, Stephensen lived among the Inuit and adopted their way of eating. When critics claimed such a diet would lead to scurvy or death, he did something remarkable: he put it to the test. In 1928, under strict medical supervision at Bellevue Hospital in New York, Stephensen and a colleague consumed nothing but meat and animal fat for an entire year. They emerged healthy, challenging long-held assumptions about human nutrition. Yet the idea of meat-only eating didn't begin, or end, in the Arctic. As early as the mid-1800s, European and American physicians were experimenting with animal-based diets to treat chronic illness. German writer Bernard Moncrief famously documented living for a year on beef and milk alone. In the late 19th century, American physician Dr. James Salisbury prescribed a meat-heavy diet to patients suffering from digestive disorders and diabetes, believing that animal foods were easier to digest and less inflammatory. Despite these early experiments, the rise of industrial agriculture and carbohydrate-heavy dietary guidelines pushed meat to the margins. Fat became the villain. Red meat was blamed for heart disease. Plant foods were crowned king. For decades, the carnivore approach survived quietly in niche medical circles and among low-carb pioneers. Then came the digital age. In the late 2010s, the carnivore diet roared back into public view. Former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sean Baker popularized the term and shared his own transformation online, while public figures like Jordan Peterson and his daughter Michaela spoke openly about using a strict meat-only diet to manage autoimmune and mental health challenges. Social media platforms amplified personal success stories at lightning speed, turning a once obscure way of eating into a global movement. Today, millions are experimenting with carnivore as an elimination diet, a metabolic reset, or a lifestyle. Supporters report dramatic weight loss, stable blood sugar, reduced inflammation, improved digestion, and mental clarity. Critics warn of nutrient gaps, cholesterol concerns, and a lack of long-term research. And both sides agree on one thing: the diet defies conventional wisdom. What makes the carnivore diet so compelling isn't just what it includes, but what it removes. In a world dominated by ultra-processed foods, seed oils, sugars, and constant snacking, the carnivore approach offers radical simplicity. Eat when hungry, stop when full, focus on nutrient-dense animal foods humans have eaten for millennia. Still, experts caution that the carnivore diet is not a one-size-fits-all solution. While short-term benefits are frequently reported, long-term clinical data remains limited. Most researchers agree that more controlled studies are needed to fully understand its impact on heart health, longevity, and overall disease risk. Yet history reminds us of something important: dietary dogma has shifted before, and it will shift again. From ice-covered landscapes and 19th-century medical journals to modern podcasts and viral videos, the carnivore diet is less a new invention and more a rediscovery. Whether it proves to be a lasting solution or a powerful therapeutic tool for specific individuals, one thing is certain: meat has reclaimed its place at the center of one of nutrition's most heated debates. And for many, the question is no longer, can humans survive on meat alone?